Hello, Discover Kids. I'm missing you guys so much. I hope you're doing great and you're still having a good summer. It's crazy to think that in a few more weeks that school will be starting for most everyone online. And I hope that everybody's getting their stuff together and getting ready. And I hope that you're happy and healthy. This week is week 6 of Camp Wanna Stay, and we're learning about being a leader that celebrates others. Some of you may be wondering, well, what does that even mean? So what that means is being there when others really need us and celebrating their success when they are successful, right? So if something happens with one of our friends that's really great, don't be disappointed that maybe it didn't happen to you, but really celebrating that it happened for them, right? And doing it really out of the joyfulness of your heart. So this week we're learning in a story about David and Saul and Jonathan. The first king of Israel was a man named Saul. At first, Saul listened to God, but later he stopped following and obeying him. God had a plan for a man named David to replace Saul and become the king of Israel. Instead of trusting God's plan, Saul became very jealous. And if you've heard about Saul, he does some crazy things and he gets very jealous of David and wanted to stop him from becoming king. If anyone else was going to be king, Saul wanted it to be his son Jonathan. But Jonathan knew and heard that God had chosen David. So Jonathan wasn't jealous at all. In fact, he and Jonathan and David become very, very best friends, like the closest of friends. Jonathan celebrated the fact that David was going to be king. He was so happy that he even gave David his robe, sword, belt, bow, and arrow. Saul was so angry that Jonathan kept celebrating David. Saul wanted Jonathan to be jealous of David too. Eventually, Saul got so angry that he even tried to have David killed. Not cool. But Jonathan protected David by helping him escape from Saul. Later, Jonathan died in battle, but David didn't forget how Jonathan had celebrated and protected him. David was so thankful for his friend that he even brought Jonathan's son to live with him and treated him like his own. It's a really great story about standing by your friend and celebrating their successes when something really awesome is happening to them and supporting them when they go through it. Sometimes, it's disappointing if maybe it doesn't happen to you, but the really exciting thing is you're building something bigger by having a friend that knows they can count on you. And that's worth much more than pretty much anything in the world, is having really good, true friends. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you. And until next week, have a great week, Discover Kids.